Hey, sports fans, Coach Nick here, and welcome to the B-Ball Breakdown live watch party. We're going to watch the Brooklyn Nets and the Lakers right now in the first half for everybody. And then if you're part of the YouTube membership, you can join me for the second half as a exclusive watch party for that part. So hit that button, subscribe, and you have to be either a big man or a point god. And those two tiers will allow you to come into the exclusive watch party. So hopefully there's people out there. I'm talking not only into the ether and people are listening, but if you want to join and become part of the program, get on Hot Mic, find me, B-Ball Breakdown, and we can chop it up. What's up, everybody? I hope I'm sounding okay. I think everyone can hear me. All right, so we just got a score with the Lakers. I think the best way to do this is to sync up, as I might be a little bit ahead of people. So I might pause for like 10 seconds here. I think it's got 10:45 left in the first quarter right now. 2-0 Lakers. All right, so remember, we have just James Harden of the big three out there. And that didn't look great, as the Nets sort of didn't get into an attack until way too late. And then Harden, as he does sometimes, ends up, Kyrie's out there tonight, so it's got two of the three. But Harden sometimes will give the guy, a teammate, the ball with like 5 seconds in the shot clock after dribbling it a bunch of times. Kind of puts him in a bad situation. Now, Gasol tries to attack the mismatch as Harden switches on to him and hits a three. So that's a good sign for the Lakers, but I wouldn't anticipate Gasol getting on a roll here. He hasn't really been able to do that all year long. So then Kyrie tries to get it right back by a three. He might be a little bit rusty. Now, there's a silly foul there on the rebound, reaching in by Brown. It's early in the game, so it's not like it's added up to, anything in the bonus. But that's just the kind of thing you don't necessarily want to do. That was a blatant. Let me get my the old box score out here so I can monitor that as well. I'll put it over on this screen. Okay, so we got 10 minutes left in the first quarter. And they're trying to go to Kuzma attacking Kyrie down low. It's a good idea with the mismatch on height. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Brown. Big height mismatch here. Kuzma's got to shoot that. He tries to force a pass in there on a cutter, and they turn over. And we get Kyrie doing his magic. Oh, easy shot for Joe Harris. He ain't going to miss many of those. It's a troubling transition defense for the Lakers, but they got away with it. So LeBron's doing his directing from the top. We got Wes Matthews starting tonight, having not played much. Now, Bruce Brown, I don't blame him. That's a tough one when you're like 6'1", 6'2", and you got a big guy, even in transition, to get that shot off. But Harden starts out hitting the three. And, again, Wes is just misfiring from that corner wide open. He's going to have to hit those if he's going to take them. So you can see they're putting LeBron in the pick and roll there, and James Harden attacks, and LeBron dropped way low, open up a little cut for Brown to score. And then there's LeBron coming down. He's got that battering ram, and they don't call that one, which they didn't. I don't think there was much necessarily a foul there. It's tough. So now they want Kyrie to just ISO against KCP and his fro, and hits a jumper. So that's good news for Kyrie. Got to watch to see how rusty he might be in this game after a layoff. So again, it looks like they're trying to attack with Kuzma down low with a height mismatch, but it's been 2 turnovers so far. So watch for that to probably maybe go away. That's the thing, is you try and take advantage. You're too smart for your genes. Where you do things you're not used to doing. I don't know if Kuzma has been posting up much at all. Now they're throwing stuff to him. He's not used to being in those positions. And the Nets turn to throw the ball away. Let's see what they get into. The Nets match up pretty well. They got Harden guarding Gasol, which is interesting. They're very small. And Jeff Green guarding LeBron James. So, Harden wasn't going to rotate out there. That's a nice skip pass. Skip passes are always great to get open shots. Oh, again, watch this. They're targeting LeBron in the pick and roll. His man they're setting the screens with. And they're getting penetration, but Kyrie got stuck in the air. That looked like maybe a rusty thing where he just wasn't decisive like he would normally be. So, okay, that you watch what LeBron does. Okay, that's going to force Joe Harris to guard him. And Harden comes over from behind and just gets an N1 easy. So, LeBron could attack Jeff Green as well and probably have a lot of success, but why not just make it easier, get Harris on him, who's smaller and not as physical. Okay. So remember, if you want to come on and chop it up with me during the timeouts, I am available. I'm going to keep that window open, and we'll chop it up during the whatchamacallit, during the timeouts. Okay. So high pick and roll with Joe Harris setting the screen and rolling out of there, and wow, looks like James Harden's going to have a night tonight. He's already got a couple threes. Okay, so now Kuzma, they're going to switch it up, and he's going to set a screen. There's that switch that LeBron wants with Joe Harris. Not very creative, but it'll work. Now, Jeff Green, can't get stuck in the weird no man's land off of Kuzma from the corner like that. That was just weird. I don't know what he was thinking. I know he wanted to support Joe Harris, but that's not where you do it. And then, a nice penetration. They call travel. No, they call the foul. Okay. That's the thing is, can the Lakers keep the Nets out of the paint when you have both Kyrie and James Harden out there attacking? So, join me. If you want to come on here and chop it up, we have a couple minutes now while we have a timeout. Now, let me go over to the YouTube side because remember, if you are on Hot Mic, download it, find me, come on here. There's an internal chat over here where we can chat, but also the coolest thing is you can come on the show. Now, don't forget, I'm doing this for everybody on YouTube right now, free, open for the first half. And then the second half, we'll have everybody who's part of the membership get a special link in the membership community side. That's where you are. And we'll come back here for the second half and do it all that way. So I just want to get you, to get a little taste of what we do when we have these watch parties. But know that if you are part of our membership, you get a whole lot of other exclusive content. One being we do these exclusive watch parties and interviews and all sorts of fun stuff. So plus you get, emojis, custom emojis. So let me head over to where is that thing? Okay, let me pop out the chat while we're here, and let's see what we got people talking about. All righty, let's open this up. Hot Mic is free, so come on over for that part. Just remember, if you want to be for the second half, you got to be part of the YouTube membership for B-Ball Breakdown. But anybody have any thoughts on the Bucks losing 5 in a row and Giannis looking not good? I think I might have to do a video tomorrow on that. What do I think about Kyrie being an all-star starter? The starting with the votes has always been screwed up, and I kind of looked it up. I wanted to see how many games he's played or how many games he's missed. He played 20 this year. He had that weird, hiatus where he took some time off. But actually, it was only, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it was seven straight games there he missed, and then he's missed about 10 total. It's right on the edge of where he would need to be as far as minimum games to make it. But, look at this guy's numbers. He's scoring over 28 a game. He's shooting 44 from 3 on over almost 6 attempts per game, almost 6 assists. Those are all-star numbers. So, I guess I'd put him in there. Now, I guess Dame gets screwed, right? That's one thing. And that's Dame is used to that by now. And he would probably have a pretty good argument. I think his numbers are pretty close, if not a little bit better. Now, Lillard better than Luka. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, Dame in the West. And wait, are they doing it West and East again? Or no, I forgot. I just had the thing open. Where did that go? Let me check. Are they mixing? Or they? It looks like they're all they went back to East and West, huh? Right? Didn't they have it 1 year or a few years where they were picking? So, okay. So never mind about that. So it's either, so it would be Kyrie. So Dame wouldn't have gotten over Steph. Would he have gotten over Luka? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. It's worth checking Luka's numbers real quick. just to see. But I mean, as far as I remember, Luka's still doing nicely, 29 a game. Yeah, he's actually got up to 33.5%. I think he was lower than that from 3, 9 assists. I mean, he's having himself a year as well. That's tough. It really is tough. But Dame will be in, so whatever. I don't think he'll mind just being, not a starter, but an all-star. And Kuzma's role for filling in for AD. Yeah, I mean, you got to keep your eye on that because obviously AD has big shoes to fill. All right, here we go. So Lakers come down, and what are they going to run here? LeBron brings it over to the left wing. I can't see what's happening. Okay, high post split, and Gasol throws the ball away again. He's trying to force it in there. And here come the Nets with Harden. That's another thing you don't want to see coming down on the transition, but they kept him out of the lane. Now Harden can't get going against KCP. And then there's Kyrie. That's what's hard is you do all that work to stop Harden, right? And then all of a sudden he just passes in and it's Kyrie doing the same thing or more, better, or harder to guard. That's really, really tough. So here's what I'm going to do, I think, to make sure we're all sort of synced up. I'm not completely in the front. I'm going to jump back 12 seconds. That way, I think that might account for anybody who's watching a stream of this game on League Pass. It's a little bit behind because I'm on the TV right now on TNT. What's the score? It's Brooklyn is losing by 3 points. The Lakers are up 16-13, but Kyrie is now shooting 2 free throws. 6:03 left in the first. I look homeless. I feel homeless. I'm actually I could be like Ted Cruz for like freaking Halloween, the way my hair is growing in and the beard. Let's see here. Vinay over on the Hot Mic app has the event started. It is. You are in it. Game's already full speed ahead. So don't forget, if you're over on the Hot Mic app with me and watching this, you can always come in and join me. We can talk video and just like an IG live. So just come in here, request, and I'll bring you in during a timeout. Okay. Lakers come back down again. I think they run another high post split. They get the ball to Gasol on the high post here and then do a screen away with LeBron and Kuzma. Now you can see Brown is all over the place, and they got lucky. He was completely out of position trying to like help when their help wasn't needed. And they got a good look. They didn't make it. So they're going to call Kyrie for, I guess, protecting the ball at the offhand a little bit. Maybe they'll show a replay of that one, but that looked a little bit. The guy was reaching too. If it was KCP. All righty. Why am I such a LeBron hater? I don't know. I really don't understand why people think I'm a LeBron hater. I mean, it's silly. I just did a video that was like proving why he's still the best player in the league when he scored 46. Okay, so they're doing 5 out here with Kuzma trying to attack the weak link in Harden. That's not really Kuzma's game, especially on top like that. Kuzma feeling the pressure of trying to beat AD. And then there's Harden, an easy layup. He's just too good. You can't let him get into the middle like that from the left wing. I don't like Brown's defense here, by the way. He just seems like he's just all over the place. Okay, of course, then he gets it. Oh, I thought he got a steal. Just about got a steal. So that was good hands on a switch where he picked up KCP, but then he didn't come up with the loose ball. Is Schroeder hurt? I don't know. All right, can Kyrie get in the board? Is short and a tough shot. Good Caruso defense. And the Lakers, they're going to want to push it up too. So let's see. I mean, Gasol's got a height advantage and size advantage against Jeff Green. Let's see what he can do with a little fadeaway, which probably wouldn't be what old school coaches wouldn't want a weak fadeaway on a smaller player like that. Now, can Green take advantage of Gasol? Yes. Off the dribble is quicker. Took him right to the front of the rim. A good finish. Yeah, Jeff Green is really having a season. He's really doing nicely. Yeah, I kind of want to go back. I want to keep synced. I want to see how that worked, but it was Bruce Brown again. I'm suspecting he was out of position as he let Wes Matthews cut in front over the top for a nice little pass and a finish. Yeah, I can't share my screen because I can't have NBA footage on a live show. That's the problem. That's why you all have to have your own screens watching synced up with me. Okay, good skip pass. I wasn't so sure that was going to go in on that really extra deep knee bend by Luau Cabarro, but he nailed it. So let's see what the Lakers are going to come down. They'll hand off to Kuzma, and they do a little bit of a curl on the weak side, looking to get Wes Matthews off. And then they do some pinch post action with Gasol. Again, well defended all around so far, containment. And let's see if Jeff Green can handle Caruso. He can. So that was a good defensive possession for the Nets. They don't always have those. So that's the problem. You get deep penetration, you might be able to stop the first shot, but that means everyone else is rotated over, and it leads to offensive rebounds. Whoa, yes, this is Coach Nick's hot mic. Yes, welcome. It's me. Interesting. I feel like I could hear the foul by Bruce Brown on that KCP layup. They didn't call it. Interesting. Right in front of the ref. So they'll call a timeout here. But this is a good game so far. You know, AD is out, and that's going to hurt the Lakers. Schroeder, I think, is out as well. That's going to be a problem. But when you have LeBron, you got LeBron. And, you know, they're missing KD in the net side, so that's something too. But let's see. Anybody want to chop it up? How do you request to talk? Well, Vinay, I can invite you, but there should be a way. But if I go like this, I'm going to invite you if you want to come on. And be careful if you're on the hot mic. I'd like to start inviting everybody. Let's bring everybody in, you know, one time at a time. So let's see. Did that work? Oh, there you are. And if I go, I see you up there. I think you have to accept the invitation. So Max, why you don't see anything right now? I suppose if you're on the hot mic app. Oh, that's interesting. Is it really black right now? That's really, really interesting. Oh, wow. Okay. I might have fixed the hot mic app and didn't press the right button. That's fascinating. Okay. Now it seems like it might be working. Now it seems like it might be working. So I didn't press the button that wasn't always been there. So forgive me, guys, on hot mic. Here I am, and here you are. So Vinay, what's happening?
What's up, so Smith?
Not much. I'm glad to see you're wearing a mask. I guess right now it's always a good thing. Maybe you know. But what's you have a question?
Yeah. So, what do you think about the Bucks? I mean, they've been like facing the same build a wall defense for like the past 2 years or something, and they're still not able to deal with it.
I hear you. It's hard to hear you, but you want to know about the Bucks. So let's talk about the Bucks. You know, Giannis to me has a real skill deficit, right? He can go back to the baskets fast, and he can kind of go as hard as he wants. And sometimes it's dangerous because guys are in there guarding him, and he kind of wants to just ignore that. He fouled out on one of those kind of plays where he just hammers the guy with his elbow. And the fact that he lacks skill is really going to be a problem. Now, here's the thing. We could talk all about the offense we want, but they have the highest offensive rating of all time right now. And so it's the defense. It's the same thing we've seen for years. They're giving up Wow, I don't think so. Let me know if I'm back. I'm missing the game here, but are we okay on hot mic? Okay, it looks like we're all still here. Okay, but something's going on with the stream to YouTube. Thanks. I'm going to text the tech guys real quick. Oh, or maybe not. Okay, we got some technical difficulties. I don't know what's happening on the YouTube side, which really kind of stinks. Oh, am I back? Maybe we're back. All right. I have no idea what's going on with Hot Mic. They're the ones who are broadcasting, but let's hope it's working. So glad everyone maybe still be here. We lost some people, but maybe they'll come back. Okay, and now I got to figure out what's happening in the game. And don't forget, if you want to watch with me over on Hot Mic and come on in like we just did with the other guy, that might have done it if I brought a guest in. That shouldn't, but hopefully you can all hear me, by the way. The bit rate looks like it's low, but whatever. Okay. Kyrie blows by, off-foot layup, sucks everybody under the basket, and gives a wide-open jumper to Tyler Johnson. Good to see him getting off a little bit. I've always liked Tyler Johnson. I don't know exactly why he hasn't developed more than what I thought he had would become early in his career, but it's a good situation for him here. Okay. Final possession, LeBron doing his thing out top with the Montrez screen. Oh, a little running hook. And there's DeAndre Jordan coming in off the bench this time. So you can see that Kyrie is a little bit off here. That wasn't a good pass, wasn't a good decision. We've had a couple of those where he just, but I would imagine that as the game wears on and he gets more and more acclimated from being out, that he will get better. And now watch. Am I crazy? I'm pretty sure Kyrie's been out, right? Let me look at his game logs. Oh, just one game? All right. So he missed the last game. Anyway, seems like he's rustier than he was. So we are at another timeout. Anybody want to jump on the hot mic? Request to come on or tell me in the thing. And then let's see here. We have okay. I can do the sync now, as Sean is saying, because now the button is there. So if I hit that, here. Let's do this. This is the cool thing. And I hit sync. All right, it's not working. Okay, well, there's Guo. I'll bring him in, and I'll deal with the syncing later, I guess. All right, how do I do this? Add. And then let's turn this off. Okay, Guo, are you going to come on? I think you got to hit something. There you are.
Hey,
what's up?
How you doing?
Oh, good. How are you doing?
How's everything?
Well, I hope that everything is all under control with the stream on YouTube, but I think we're all good. So let's we must press on. So what's happening?
Hey, I have a question for you. I'm pretty sure you heard the rumors. Do you think the Lakers can acquire JJ Redick and Blake Griffin?
Ooh.
So what would it do with a dynamic of the team?
Yeah, well, I guess the cool thing, the way to make it work would be a buyout. So Blake Griffin's going to get bought out, but he is really a shell of himself. I don't know if anyone, if he's going to help anybody who's good already. JJ is another interesting thing because I don't think that, the Lakers can trade for him, right? I don't know if they have assets that would work, they would want to give up. So he'd have to get bought out. Have you heard that he might get bought out?
No, I haven't heard much about it, but maybe. I'm just asking about you.
Yeah, right.
You're the expert here.
Well, I'm a little bit behind on like all the general manager stuff. I'm usually so focused on the X's and O's, and I do hear a lot of it. I try to keep up with it, but just at first glance, like JJ, in my mind, they're not going to just cut him or buy him out, so they'd have to trade for him. And it's like, okay, well, what would the Lakers give up? What would the Pelicans want, in return? So that's interesting. I mean, you're not going to give up a draft pick for him anymore. So it'd have to be probably a young player who's somewhat promising, like Taylor Horton Tucker. But they're probably not going to get him up, right?
No. Especially that their defensive rating's pretty number one right now because of the young players and everything. Yeah, I think another two quick questions. The second question is: do you think the Lakers, with the current build roster they have right now, with a deep bench as well, would they make it to the finals? And then who do you think will be the East Coast finals contender? Yeah,
I think as long as AD gets back for enough time to be healthy and in rhythm before the playoffs, then they should be the favorites again to get to the finals. And then against them, I can't pick against the Nets when they're healthy. Milwaukee's not there. The Philly is not there. The Philly's closer, but they're not there. Boston's not there.
Oh, wow.
So I think it's the Nets and I think it's the Lakers, and that would be a great series.
For sure. But do you think the Lakers would win? How many games would you think? Be a 4-2? Because Brooklyn is not defense if they try, I guess. Because they got rid of Jared. What's his name? Jared Allen, right?
Yeah, Jared Allen. Yeah, they got DeAndre, who's not really the kind of guy he used to be. So you probably have to favor the Lakers, but I would think it would go at least. I would go with 7. I mean, there's too much firepower on the other side. KD is a good defender. They have some defenders out there too that could do something. They can't keep being this bad. I don't think the Nets. They have to get better, more practice time, more preparation. The coaching staff seems pretty good so far. They have a lot of great support behind Nash. So I would anticipate that they'll clean it up, and they're not going to be a 5th ranked defensive team, but they could be like 10th or 11th, and that might be good enough.
For sure, Coach. Okay, last question, and thank you so much for your time. For the membership, I forgot how much it was. Is it you said 2 or 3, right? For the membership, you join the second half, right? For the halftime.
Yes, for the second half, if you join the membership, you can go in the private thing we'll set up. It is. Oh crap! For the point guard level, it's $2.99, and then for the big man, it's $3.99. And there's a couple different things that unlocks. It's the big man, the $3.99, that gets you everything like the watch parties and all that stuff. And then underneath there are you'll get like exclusive interviews I'll do with trainers and beat writers and all those kind of things. And then also I release my videos a little early for everybody in the membership.
Great. Okay. Thank you for your time, Coach. Always a pleasure talking to you.
Awesome. Thanks for talk to you soon. Bye-bye. All righty. I think, and then let's do this. I think you have to hang up. Oh, there we go. Maybe we're good. All right. Now, okay. How's the stream going over on YouTube? It looks like it's okay, although my image doesn't look great. But we're back. Second quarter. The syncing. So the hot mic side, if you're with me, the cool thing about this app is it'll sync everyone together and tell you how to get everybody synced up. Of course, I'm going to try it one more time, but I got to turn the sound on so we can hear it. Let's try this again one more time. No, it's not. Doesn't want to work. Let me try this again. Let me try this again one more time. TV sync. Press this button. Okay, so now if you're on the Hot Mic app, it'll tell you exactly how to be synced up with me, which is a nice little feature of that as well. And normally you wouldn't see me do that. I would do that before the game, but it got a little screwy. Okay, so we're back. What's up, everybody, over on YouTube? Don't forget, I'm doing this as a live pollination on the Hot Mic app. Come find me at the B-Ball Breakdown. And you can also come on the show like you saw some other people there. Nowhere else on YouTube you cannot come and join a live show like that, right? Only here. So only on the Hot Mic app. So, and I'm going to actually have other shows like this on YouTube where if you go on a Hot Mic with me, we can chop it up like during the day and talk about the NBA, and then it'll go broadcast to YouTube. Now, Joe Harris has a nasty gash on his forehead there. All right. Back in the game, the Nets are up by 10 and controlling this pretty much. Let's see here. We got Harden in and Kyrie is out. And LeBron is still in. LeBron must have come out earlier and I missed it. Now he's back. All right, so an interesting floater attempt by Caruso is woefully short off the glass. And here's where Harden gets to eat. And then you're going to probably end up seeing Kyrie come in for Harden. And then Kyrie's going to get his own run by himself. So let's see what Taylor Horton-Tucker can do with it. And the lefty drive, really long arms. Can't hit that fadeaway over the right shoulder. Not a bad shot, but a little quick. So the Harris ball screening for Harden is like their favorite kind of ball screen, I feel like. It's one of their more common pairings these days. Like, how is that not a foul? Montrez gets up in the air, drifts into Harden, a lot of collision. And they didn't need to take a foul there. I don't know why Tyler Johnson did that. They looked like they were in position against LeBron. The Lakers are not so screwed, I don't think. I mean, unless you think that AD is not going to make it back. But if he's healthy and they manage that properly to get him into the playoffs, then they have to be the favorites. Okay, go down low against Tyler Johnson with Wes Matthews. So here's the thing that happens is now Wes Matthews is posting up in a way that he's not used to doing that at all. And they foul him and bail him out. That was weird. But that's the problem. You try and take advantage of what you perceive as a mismatch, and they end up running offense that you've never ran before. And got a guy like West who's he's not posting up. He doesn't post up normally, and he looked very uncomfortable. So they got Harden on LeBron. Interesting matchup, and LeBron doesn't go at it. But Quinn Cook takes advantage on that curl. Okay, they'll pick and roll, and with hitting the roll, man, nice ball movement, but really good recovery by the Lakers. But there's DeAndre shooting the right-handed hook. We have actually, before I get too deep into this, we have some Ray Afonte. Thank you so much for being a super chatter on here. That'll also catch my eye right away if you want me to answer some questions in the chat. Hey, Coach, is Fred VanVleet an all-star in your opinion? I want to check Fred's numbers real quick. I'm sure everyone knows how much I love Fred VanVleet, right? I mean, he's on my favorite player list. He might be the only player, I think, at the top of the list. But 20 points a game, 6.6 assists, shooting 37.7%. The numbers in the box score aren't quite all-star level, so I probably have to say no. But I gotta look. There might be, he might be able to squeeze in if there's somebody not performing as well on the East side. We also have a super chat on the Hot Mic app, which they allow that as well, from Coach Glenn, best friend of the breakdown. What seed will the Lakers end up being with Davis's injury? So that's an interesting question. Probably like in the third seed, I imagine, the lowest. So LeBron test the waters with the three. Was that his first three that he took? Let me look here. Second three that he missed. And so right now, LeBron's a bit passive. It feels like 7 points on 8 attempts in 12 minutes. But he has 5 assists. But he's been passive, like looking to get everybody else involved. So I would anticipate at some point, now they're down there by 10 in the second quarter, that LeBron will kind of say, enough of this. I'm going to have to get some. And on cue, oh no, I thought he was going to shoot that. On cue, there's Quinn Cook with the 3. Can't knock it down. On the way this is broadcasting now, I can't do picture-in-picture. I can't offer like a scoreboard thing. I can tell you though, it's at 7:57 right now in the second quarter, so we can kind of sync up. And at the Hot Mic app, if you have that, it'll tell you exactly how to get your thing synced with where I am. They know where I am now. So anyway, Coach Glenn, I hope that answered your question as far as what seed. So yeah, I would say third. And now let me just check the standings here because I feel like where do they leave off? The Lakers are second right now, a game and a half in front of the Clippers and 2 games behind the Jazz. So I bet you they're going to stay within that realm there in the top 3. Salute Clifton. Oh, we have Eldon, do me a favor. Hang on for the next time out, and I'll bring you in, okay? You can maybe nod your head. I can see you in the waiting room, but I'll bring you in. Eldon wants to come in. We'll bring him in as soon as they get a timeout on the floor, which will be soon, I'm sure, and we'll chop it up. And don't forget, if you're out there on YouTube, just join us. If you download the Hot Mic app, you can come on the show. You'll be on the show. We can chop it up a little bit in the timeouts. And don't forget, the half times get longer to chop it up. And if you're a member of the YouTube membership, you can come in on the second half. On the second half, only for the membership people. Exclusive second half. Okay, so LeBron brings it up against Harden. Again, Harden gets a little bit of a deflection on that pass. I like it. And that's interesting. They're going to go Harrell against ISO against DeAndre Jordan. I wouldn't necessarily think that they want to do that because, DeAndre Jordan is so much bigger than Harrell. And it ended up being a miss. And there's Tyler Johnson trying to get off on that left wing. Didn't have a great look at it. And here comes LeBron. Oh, that's interesting. The block charges are always very, very tough. Let's see the replay there because Joe Harris was kind of there. Let's see what happens. Joe Harris is there. Oh, yeah, you can see he had to lean all the way over. So LeBron did a nice job to kind of step over and avoid that, or at least create the contact enough. Did the ball go in, by the way? So that was easy. That was an easy call if you have a good angle at that, like we did at the upper hand or above the basket. Why is Harris bad at free throws? I think it's an anomaly because he doesn't take that many. You're right. There's no other. There's hardly an explanation other than that. Or he gets like half of one a game. All right, here we go. So Nets run a high pick and roll with DeAndre Jordan. They're going to try and get Harrell involved. And Harrell comes up, in sort of in no man's land again. He kind of hedged, but then he got stuck. Really nice hard roll by DeAndre Jordan, got him separation. And, no rotation. But here's the thing. Like, you could have rotated down with you could see, it was LeBron, actually. Or maybe it was Jalen Horton Tucker. I couldn't quite see. Yeah, it was THT. But, like, what would he do? THT is 6'5". I know he's got, like, 6'9" wingspan. But when you throw it up to DeAndre Jordan there isn't any help unless it's like another 7-footer that can get over there and maybe knock the ball away. So I'm concerned about, let's bring Eldon in because he's been waiting, and I'll get back to that thought later. So here we go. Eldon. Let's see. I pressed that, and I think you hit accept, and then we come in and join me. Does that work? So I hit invited. I think all I have to do is hit accept, and let's see what happens. What's up, Eldon?
What's up? Why do you think the Celtics are doing so bad? Or why are we not performing right now?
Well, that's a great question and worthy of a breakdown, by the way. I need to go really deep into the stats here. I spent my day looking at Julius Randle clips, by the way. But the Celtics, I think that Kemba has really been struggling. He's been out, and when he's come back, he hasn't played well for a lot of stretches in the game. I think that Tatum might be overrated. I think that there's some box score production he can do, and that looks impressive on some of those tough shots. But sometimes, it doesn't help them, get leads. I really like Jaylen Brown. He's still a little bit inconsistent, but I like him probably better than Jason Tatum. But other than that, like, what do they really have? Tristan Thompson's a frustrating player for me to watch. He was able to win a title with LeBron, and LeBron has that effect on a lot of people. But as of now, his low skill level offensively, I think, hurts them. So that center position overall, Tice has some ability, but he's not a starter on a good team, right? He's not. I don't think he's a starting center. So, there's a personnel issue, right? There's a skill issue a little bit too. They're just not there. I mean, I'm not saying anything crazy. Danny Ainge, I think, had said that they're not a deep playoff team either.
Okay, thank you. Coach.
You got it. Sorry, I went on a rant there, but the Celtics are a conundrum, especially because you thought, okay, they're on their way and ready to to take off and get better and better. But they need more players. They need an infusion of somebody else. And Kemba, I don't think is working out. All righty. So again, you can always come on that way, and on through the Hot Mic app. Let's see here. What's happening over on the live side? And anybody else? No. Let me. I got to keep bouncing back and forth here. Maybe I get some other tabs open so I don't have to keep. Let's move this over here. All right. One day I'll get this all completely organized. Let's see. What do I think of Nash's coaching? Oh, okay. Oh, Vinay wants to come back in. All right. Let's have it. Let's do it. We might have a minute here. So I think I invite you, and then you might have to hit one more button to come on in. What's up?
I invite you, and you might hit one more button to come on in.
Wait, say it again? Yeah, go ahead.
What do you think about the Pelicans so far? Like, they haven't really done that well defensively. That's what I see.
Yeah, I need to take a really deep dive, but I've been seeing some really, really screwy rotations, like on purpose from them, that to me is going to lead to open shots. And I don't know why, because Stan Van Gundy was, I thought, a traditionalist defensively, wouldn't get out of the box too much. But someone's been talking to him. They're trying some radical stuff by like rotating the guard way over from the weak side on these pick and rolls. And they're getting that was destroying them. I saw that like a week or two ago, and it was consistent over a few games, which means that that's what they want to do. And other than that, I mean, they have players that are a little bit, not as defensively focused, right? And that's a problem as well. And that could very well be Stan having to figure out like some better lineups overall, just better balance with offense and defense. But it sounds like they're playing a little bit better now as far as giving the ball to Zion, letting him be like a point forward. So I got to look at that too. I've seen a little bit of it, but right now, yeah, I mean, they're not in the playoffs. They're 4 games under, kind of the nightmare scenario for them. They were expecting to be a lot better.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, game's back on. I'll check in a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So if I do that and I do that, all right. So let's go back to the game. Nice backdoor cut, but Kuzma went behind his back where the man was right on him and it got deflected, but he's lucky he got the loose ball and put the ball back in. That was an interesting choice. Okay, so now we have, let's see, a 11-point lead by the Nets and midway through the second quarter. So Kyrie is back and so is Harden. So I don't think they gave Kyrie a chance by himself, but he must, at some point, Harden's going to come out. Now, Harden's, look at that. Did you see his play? Did you see what Caruso did? Flying from out of bounds, gets a steal, triggers the fast break, doesn't even get an assist or anything for that, but he should have gotten credit for the 2 points. I mean, I need to make a video on Caruso. He does that nightly. So here's the thing that we see a lot more from Joe Harris, some dribble drive artistry. But then that's really what he's there for, the catch and shoot. Helping off of Harris one pass away is a mistake, even if it's Kyrie. It's not where the help should come from. Oh, okay. A little quick release floater. That's the kind of game that Harrell's going to have to do to get it a buy in around a much bigger defender in DeAndre Jordan. Now, if DeAndre Jordan can't handle Montrezl Harrell, then he can't handle Anthony Davis. I like that drive by KCP. Sell the layup like you're going to 2-on-1. You got to really think, I'm scoring. And as soon as the defender reacts, then you can dump it off. Sometimes you see guys just kind of like looking to pass the whole way, and the ball gets stolen because they signal what they're going to do way too early. So that's another good look for, and he banks it in for Joe Harris off of an easy pin down. You should be in better position closer to the ball on a sideline out of bounds when Joe Harris is on the weak side because he's coming around a screen. Wes Matthews just got taken out a little bit, but he looks like he's he's not okay. He must have maybe knocked knees. So that was the problem. They found, James Harden is the weak side low guy who needs to rotate over. He ain't going to protect the rim at all. So if you get into the lane, it's a layup. They left them open again. It's mind-boggling. Although it's West. I mean, I'm going to jump back for a second because I want to see that again. Yeah, so West didn't necessarily help one pass away, but he kind of stunted at him a little bit with a bad knee, which is stupid. He just should have stayed on Harris and just stayed there. And he gives up a wide open three in the corner. So I think we're done seeing Wes Matthews for the time being. I think they'll take him out and that'll be it for the night. Okay. So don't forget, we're at a timeout. We're getting closer to halftime. So remember, at halftime, we stopped the live stream to YouTube for everybody. And I'm going to have a live show on the Hot Mic app just for people who are in the YouTube membership and have the big man tier. So let's see here. Let's go through the questions. Will Bill Simmons or Ben Simmons ever develop a jumper? I mean, you never say never, and it's the one thing that players seem to get better at as they progress in their careers. They tend to shoot threes better, but he's starting from a real low point that I don't know. I really don't think he will the way he shoots it. Does Coach Nick look at these comments? I do. I do my best. This is a little bit, the YouTube side is pretty hard. If you're on the Hot Mic side, I can easily see all the comments here. It's a lot more manageable. And you can come on the show that way. Coach Glenn, again, thank you. So generous. I'd make a video that helps define the NBA role player. Like what an NBA role player is and what he does. That's interesting, right? Because a lot of those guys just run from one spot from the corner to the corner to the corner, right? And defense might be a little bit different, but the offense could be the same over and over again. That's interesting and what we expect out of them. So that I'll put that in the list. That's an interesting. It might take too long to do, right? Because you got to look at so much footage to kind of grab those things. Because you might not be just looking for like scores. You'd be looking for just what they do on the court. It takes a long time, but we'll see. So General Adnan wants me to look at what he said. Well, I don't know where. Oh, that's where I'm reading the questions from. So to answer your question about where I'm reading the questions from, I'm kind of bouncing back and forth. The Hot Mic app is a great way to do it because I can see it a lot easier. But I'm also bouncing back and forth to the YouTube comments as well. And if you want to do, there's always the a super chat if you want to get your comment at the top and get my eye, and I'll answer it right away. Taco Man just said Joe Harris can shoot threes. Yes, that's where Taco Man. You should change your name to Captain Obvious. Do you think LeBron can hold this team until AD heals? Well enough, he can. Yeah, this team can hold up well enough to stay in that third or fourth position probably. But then again, it's unclear to me how long AD is going to be out because he's prone to injury as it is. They're going to be really worried about it and want to try and get him to the playoffs. Serious Alex, wow, since 2012, that's pretty much, I mean, I started in 2010, kind of. But 2012 is when I was, really still starting out. So that's amazing. Thank you for being in. Oh, Jeremy Lin question. Oh crap. What is the Jeremy Lin question? Ask it to me again and I'll find it. Do you think the Celtics can get Drummond and can they get it all with him? So Drummond's going to get cut, it looks like, or they're gonna release him and then they can get signed wherever he wants to go. So Celtics could be an interesting place. He could probably help them. That might be one place he can help. And the game is back. And then the general add-on, I'll look for that question. Sorry. Oh, but we just had a shot here. 3:34 left in the second quarter. Jeff Green hits a three. I didn't see how he did it, but here we go. So we have Caruso driving baseline. Now here's the rebounding question. Without a big man in there, can Jeff Green be the guy? And he grabs that rebound off the second chance attempt. So that's, doing something. Now here is Kyrie going at it. Oh, you're kidding me. Great tip. Great fingertip control. It's one thing that Kyrie has I don't think is mentioned enough. Now, again, Kyrie and Harden together. So it looks like they're going to give Harden run up on his own, but not Kyrie. So KCP is been having a kind of a crappy year, if I'm not mistaken. I want to check his numbers right now. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, 8.5 points. He's shooting 44.6%, and he's actually shooting really well from three. So, you know what? He's pretty much having the same kind of year. I think, he played really well in the playoffs, and so I feel like we're looking to see that from him, and he's just giving us the same thing he normally does in the regular season from last year. So, let's see here. All right, I'm looking for the Jeremy Lin question, but can he make the NBA? Can he do a G League analysis of him as he's balling out? And could they see? Yeah, Jeremy Lin could still play in the NBA without question. He could help teams. He could definitely do. In fact, he might help. He might be able to help the Warriors better than maybe like Wanamaker. Okay, so let's see here. Under 3 minutes. They're going to want to try and attack Caruso, and they do with Kyrie, who pulls up in the lane over him. Caruso's a good defender. I'm not sure that's the best way to attack like that, but they worked out for them. And there's LeBron. So here comes LeBron. I think he's going to make a big push here the last couple minutes to get some points and try and close that gap. But they got to get some stops here. James Harden's played a ton of minutes, hasn't he? Let's look here. 19. So Harden will have played 21 of the 24 minutes in the first half. It's a lot. So here, yeah, there's LeBron aggressiveness, looking for double teams. They don't come. He's going to shoot it. All right. Good save by Kuzma. Whoa, shot the lights out. I don't know if your screen went black. My screen went black. I didn't see that ball go in. I heard the swish, though. Okay, that was a great save by Kuzma to keep that alive. So this is what hurts a lot of teams. It's the Jeff Green at center lineup screening for Harden. All right, they get a second chance. Oh, my goodness gracious. So Joe Harris, I like the idea, but, although I can argue that I think he had the better idea, Shamet just needs to spot up. Okay, so again, they're going to go. It's a little bit predictable here. LBJ down low in the post against Harris, against Jeff Green. over that right shoulder. He loves that shot. Doesn't even get off the ground that high on that jump. But when you turn that way, then your elbow is already easily more in line with the basket. Just needs to let it release and let it fly. So there's Shamet, the attack. Oh, again, there's Caruso. Read that perfectly. Knew where Kyrie was and knew where the pass had to go. Oh, nice pass by Kuzma. A little one-timer. So the question over on Hot Mic is, what network does the most pointless halftime analysis? TNT is definitely up there. None of it's great. I haven't really seen a lot of analysis that's from anybody on any of those networks, really. I mean, my standard's probably impossibly high. Who's the key to the big three? Harden, KD, or Kyrie? I think it's Harden, honestly. I mean, KD is KD, but I think Harden ultimately is a key. So they're going to call a lane violation went in before the ball hit the rim. It looked like he did. LeBron ain't happy about it. Okay, they have a 2-for-1 if they're gonna go for it here. Yeah. And let's see here. Harden step back. There's the green. Wasn't open. So I like how they cut Kyrie across the free throw line there for the shot, but he can't hit it. And now, you know what? The Nets are going to get another shot at this. Yep. There's that LeBron. I told you, you go right to the post and just kind of punish whoever's guarding him. With a double-digit lead, the Nets are willing to kind of play him straight up and maybe not double and get out of position yet so far. They'll change that if it gets closer. All right, LeBron trying to take a charge out here, and they don't give it to him. He's upset about it. Let's see the replay. I think he probably did a similar thing that we saw from Joe Harris trying to take that charge on him. But let's see here. So there's the foul they didn't call there. I mean, what you do see with LeBron is he kind of like, open up his chest more, maybe a little bit of a move to the right. But it's interesting because you got, LeBron taking the charge, which, the referees want to probably give him that call. But it's Harden who's also a superstar. It's an interesting dynamic to deal with as a ref. And let's see, we got an interesting comment about LeBron's never committed anything to warrant a whistle, according to him. He certainly will, be upset when they get called for certain things, but he gets away with things too. All righty. So 1.3 seconds left. We're going to head into halftime, and then I'm going to probably in the middle of that, we're going to switch over and bring everybody who's in the YouTube membership over to the private watch party. But all right, interesting tribe. But there, okay, so we're halftime. So just to remind you guys, for the second half, we're going to have this watch party, but it's only going to be if you're a big man in the membership. So if you wanted to join us for the second half, join right now, and you get a lot of extra perks like custom emojis that are really cool and designed by the Clutch Points guys. You could get exclusive content with interviews. Everybody gets, I release most of my videos early for just you guys for a little bit, so you get to watch it before anybody else does. And what else? And then these things. Plus, I'll be opening up more. I'm gonna create other new content that will do live shows like this during the day, where you can come on and chop it up with me as well. The cool thing about the Hot Mic app when we're together, and here's what I'm gonna do. If you're in the membership, by the way, and we want to watch the second half with me, I will put the link to the Hot Mic show in the community tab right when we're done with this in a few minutes. Okay. So that's where you'll find it. So if you're trying to find it, it's on the community tab. If you're a member, you'll get that the members only link to the Hot Mic app, and then you'll be able to join us in that room. So, but let's take a few more minutes. We'll be with everybody else on YouTube and chop it up and answer some questions and whatnot, because while we're still here, and then in about 5 or 6 minutes, I'll flip over to the private part. So here we are. We got some questions. Let's see here. How often do I have watch parties? I probably like every other week is kind of like how I end up doing it, and I might do more. We'll see, but I'll do every other week, and then we did one that was for everybody probably 2 weeks ago, and then I'll probably also mix it up where I'll do a private one for the membership 1 week, and then maybe the next week I'll do a public one or whatever. So I'm still trying to play with it a little bit. Hello from Somalia. All right. Let's see what other questions. Let's see. Is there a question here that someone's asking me that I've been missing from Skyshot? Or no? From Russo Man. Let's see here. Can I search that? Russo Man. Why the Raps are performing so inconsistently. I need to watch more of the Raptors and figure that out. I don't know why. They've been better recently, right? Let's see. The Raptors, actually, I think they were 5-5. Maybe they're 6-4. Or they're 7-3 in the last 10. Who know? Anybody else know? Anybody have a theory? I need to look at it and see, here's what I would do if you want to know about the process. I'd look, okay, did anybody just get back from the injury list? Does anybody radically change their playing time? Those are the two things you look at to figure out what has changed in the last 10 games or so, because they weren't playing that well before that. They also, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe they had one of the toughest schedules to start the season. And so as that loosens up and they get to play worse teams, that obviously helps, the record. Coach, how impressive is it LeBron reaches number one? That's as impressive as can be. That's amazing, because also he's playing so well for so long, and he's played better for longer than anybody ever. And there's probably reasons for that. I don't know. Maybe one day we'll find out. How are the Nuggets doing? The Nuggets are not doing. The Nuggets right now are currently, where's Denver? Why don't I see them? Denver. They're in eighth spot, a game up on the Memphis Grizzlies. They've lost 6 of the last 10. So, I'm troubled because you have Jokic filling up the box score and they're not winning these games versus a guy like, Dame Lillard is filling up the box score and they're winning games. So it's an interesting conundrum that I need to look at a little bit carefully. But why? Why is that? Why aren't these stats more meaningful to the Nuggets' bottom line with Jokic going off like this? It's interesting. That might argue that he's not the MVP. Let's see here. Norman Powell is stepping up for the Raptors when OG was out. Okay. And I've always liked Norman Powell, and I feel like he's on a trajectory to kind of, keep developing and get really good, but he's sort of plateaued last year. So, if they can get more from him. Oh, we have a new member. That's really cool. It tells you need to sign up. So thank you for being part of the membership. I'm excited. That means that you're going to come over to the watch party, right? For the second half. Don't forget, if you become a member, if you already are a big man, then the link will be in the community tab for you. So refresh that. When I sign off, I'm going to quickly set it all up, and I'll post the link, and you can all join me there as a new. This stream will go away, and then we'll have it all for the membership. But for a few more minutes at least, we can hang out here on YouTube with everybody. But thank you, JKRA, JK Rhapsodies. Okay, thank you. Who's my MVP? It's not Giannis. It might have to be like LeBron. It might have to be somebody in the Jazz, but I don't know. Can you give it to Rudy and Donovan Mitchell, like a co-MVP? Maybe that'd be interesting. Will Ben Simmons ever develop a jump shot? I don't think so. Oh my goodness, Jeremy Lung, thank you so much for being another big man. You guys are coming in here. This is awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate it. We're really trying to build the membership up, and I really want to make it worth everyone's while, so we can continue to give you as much content as I can, and any kind of suggestions you have for content you want as a membership, let me know. Thank you, would we? I don't know how you say that one, but respect. Anyway, I mean, listen, my channel is kind of big, and it's almost a testament, just like I've been doing it for so long. I'm an old man on YouTube. But it's been worth it to hang out with all you guys all this time and have these great experiences, and we all learn the game together. I mean, I shudder to think of what I used to say 10 years ago when I was trying to begin this thing, and what I learned since then. It's night and day. Don't go watch those videos. They're probably still up. Don't watch them. Embiid. Embiid is definitely a leading MVP candidate for sure. Who's more skilled, LeBron or KD? It's a tough one because skill encompasses so many different things. I was probably going to say KD, but LeBron is shooting the heck out of the ball this year, and it's like, okay, that gets closer now. But again, LeBron can pass better than KD. KD's a good passer, but LeBron's obviously better. Is LeBron still completely lighting it up from three? Oh, look at that. It's actually dipped now to 38% pretty much. It was over 40 for a lot of the year. So LeBron must be going through some things. I might have to give it to LeBron, but it's within a hair between him and KD skill-wise. Is Caruso really valuable? Absolutely. The guy does so many things. You saw in this game alone, he had a save or a steal after being out of bounds. That was great, and then it triggered a fast break. He generally makes like good passes. Now, Caruso, let me just check his shooting, because he was shooting a lot better this year for a while in a way that you kind of thought he should be a good three-point shooter. The form looks fine, and he wasn't throughout his career. Now he's at 44%. He's only taking 2 a game, and he's only playing in 19 minutes. He should be playing more minutes, either way. But he's stroking it from 3 now, so he's figured some things out there. But Caruso is legit. He's a legit NBA player. Is Seth Curry a key for the Sixers? Absolutely. He's a playmaker on the dribble. People don't often realize that, but Seth Curry is not like his brother so much, but he can definitely create up the dribble, and they certainly need that on that team. And then he was scorching it from 3 pre-COVID. Let me just see if Seth Curry is still doing his thing from behind the line. He was really scorching. Now it is, he still is 48%. He got it back up again after a couple of games. So Seth Curry is going to, he's having an all-time shooting year. The biggest problem I have, he's playing about 29 minutes a game. He's only taking 4.4 3-point attempts a game. That's got to change. He needs to take double that, honestly, double. What's Kuzma's ceiling as a player? He could probably score. Kuzma might be able to one day, get to 20 points a game in the NBA if he in a different role on a team with different players. He could probably get to 17, 18, 19, 20 points a game. And I don't know if that gets into the all-star category, but he's a good player and he really helps them and he fits in really well with what they want to do. Let's see here. All right, we're getting close to the time. So don't forget, in a few minutes, we're going to go off of this stream. I'm going to go to the private watch party on the Hot Mic app for everybody in the big man tier. So if you want to get in on that, plus all the other extra perks you get, then become a member, just like JK Rhapsodies and Jeremy Long, and everybody else has already joined. It's a nice little community going on over there. Jokic or Embiid? I'm going Embiid right now. Yeah, you heard me. I love Jokic, so I love him. I might love Jokic better than I love Embiid. But I would say Embiid is taking Embiid right now. What do I think about the Heat this season? I don't know, man. I got to look at their strength of schedule. I kind of feel like maybe they had a tough one too, and as it eases up, they're going to win some more games. So I don't know. I haven't had a chance to really watch enough Heat to give you an educated opinion just yet. And I'm not going to just make it up like some people might do. Is Fred VanVleet an all-star? No, I don't think he's an all-star this season. The production just isn't quite there. Now I got to look and see what the other guards are doing in the East in that same genre, who he's up against, because it might be in my mind, there might be like a lull in some other people's performance as well. But looking at his box score numbers in a vacuum, I don't think he's there yet for the All-Star game. But remember, Fred VanVleet's the top of my favorite player list. When do you think OKC is going to shine again? Well, they don't want to shine this year. They want a high draft pick, so they're not going to really want to win. But they're tough, man. Every game they play is tough, and they come back and they make it tough. And I think some of the OKC fans are upset about it because they want to get a good draft pick this year and don't want to win too many games. And they're right there for a lot of these things. So they're tough. Thoughts on the Knicks? Okay, so I spent a lot of time today going through Julius Randle footage. I know the Knicks fans are really high on him. I know he's filling it up in the box score, but I don't know, man. I'm feeling really empty with these the footage I'm looking at of Randall right now, to the point where I'm thinking like maybe they want to trade him where he's at his highest value right now before people realize and they adjust. The biggest thing, he's shooting really well from three, but The ones he makes are the ones that are like wide open. Wait, did Caruso completely shave his head? And I just totally missed that. He's in a commercial for Manscaped. Oh, you know what? Manscaped is one of my sponsors. That means I gotta get Caruso on the show. We'll do a Manscaped thing together. But thank God, though. If he shaved his head, I don't think I realized that, but that's the way to go for him. Wow, Homer, thank you so much for being a big man, joining in here just before we go off the air here and go on to our private watch party. This is exciting. Thank you so much, really. Steph or Dame? It's funny that you ask that because I happen to be preparing a video for next week. So stay tuned because that one will probably get 1 million views. Who's better, Steph or Dame? I'm certainly prepared to have that argument, and we'll see what I come up with. I don't want to weasel out and not give you a pick at the very end of that video. So I don't think I will, but I don't know. Once I get through hundreds of clips and really go through it from what they're doing this year, I don't know. I might not be able to decide, but man, it's going to be a great, epic video. So how are we doing the locker room? Oh, locker room? No, locker room is something different. That's when I do my shows on. You download the app on Locker Room if you have an iPhone or iPad, and then that's on Wednesdays and Sundays when I do that show. It's the Hot Mic app, which is what you can download to become part of the private watch party for the second half, and then going forward when we have private watch parties. And that link is in the description, so you'll be able to find the Hot Mic there. Find me, B-Ball Breakdown, and subscribe there or follow me, and then you'll be able to see the live exclusive shows there. Locker Room is an awesome app, kind of like Clubhouse, but for sports. And I have on Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Pacific and Sundays at 9 a.m. Pacific, I have a show. It's basically like a podcast, but you can call in. And it really is awesome. I get people calling in. I bring them all together now. So we'll have like 4 or 5 people. We all just kind of chop it up for, varying months, not the time. I do a lot of my analysis as well. It's solo, but it's like a really fun radio show. And then I post it later as a podcast too. So Locker Room is great. Definitely get on that. If you have an iPhone or an iPad, they're working on the Droid version. I think it'll come out soon. But for right now, that's where it is. And it's a great way to chop it up with me directly for nice, good long stretches. Of course, I haven't been looking at the Hot Mic if anybody wanted to come on the show, but good. No one looks like they have. Sorry. Anyway, all right. I'm going to probably end the stream right now, create the new exclusive stream for our big men on the YouTube membership tier. But again, thank you so much. Any improvements from Andrew Wiggins this season? Andrew Wiggins is playing all around great. Just really perfectly for them. They're a 7th seed, 6th seed, whatever. Maybe they play over their heads, get to the second round. And Andrew Wiggins is a tough part of that. And when they get Clay back and they get Wiseman back, I think did he play last night? I don't think he did yet. No. When they get completely healthy and they get Clay, they're going to be legit again. They're going to be a really fun team. So, Irvin, Leonardo, thank you so much. Welcome to the Being a Big Man. Let's do this, man. Let's get over there. I'm going to end this stream, create the new watch party for everybody in the Big Men tier, and then we're going to chop it up there. And remember, when you're in the show with me on Hot Mic, you can come on the show. We can chop it up during the game, during the timeouts. So, awesome stuff. I'm in. I hope you guys are in. And I will see you guys in the next stream. We'll do, very soon, probably next week at some point for everybody. And stay tuned for a video coming up. The Steph versus Dame for sure next week, I think Wednesday. And then I'm going to sneak at least one video in between now and then. And that'll be either like maybe Julius Randle. And I think I got to do one on the Bucks. I think it's time to kind of just blow the Bucks, blow them up, just rip them apart, set them on fire, and put them back together again. All right, guys. Don't forget, at B-Ball Breakdown, we're not a channel. We're a conversation.